That's my little Margie. I've been both mother and father to her since she was born. She's grown up now, and you think my job is all done, eh? Well, that's what you think. When she was little, I could spank her and make her mind me. I had control over her. I made her eat her spinach, no candy before meals. And when she disobeyed, I took her roller skates away for a week. But what can you do when a girl reaches this age? She's completely out of hand. I've got a problem, believe me. I've got a problem.
That's my father. I've raised him from childhood. That is, my childhood. He's nearly 50 now, and you'd think he'd settle down, wouldn't you? Well, that's what you think. Today, he looks better in shorts on a tennis court than fellas 25. Girls wink at him, and what's worse, he winks back at them. I want a nice, old, comfortable father. I try to look after him, but he just won't settle down. I've got a problem, believe me, I've got a problem.
Hello? Oh, Dad. Hey, wait till you hear the news. I've got Joe and Minnie out with me for a sunbath.
Margie, baby, you haven't got those fish swimming out of doors with no clothes on again.
Well, you listen. Minnie's expecting.
Well, I wonder what happened.
Well, I'm not sure, but all morning long the snails have been patting Joe on the back.
Well, good. At least we know what to expect. It would have been terrible if Joe had been patting one of the snails on the back.
Joker. What's up, Dad?
Roberta will be out of town for another day. That ought to make you happy. Well, anyway, What?
I don't dislike Roberta. It isn't that at all. I like her fine. But she's not for you, Dad. Always keeping you out dancing half the night like a college boy.
She doesn't keep me out. I happen to like dancing.
Well, it's just not good for you. Roberta's too lively and exciting. Much too wearing for a man of your age.
You'd like her better in a wheelchair, is that it? Oh, don't answer. What I really called about was dinner tonight. Have you got a date?
Not exactly. Why?
Well, it seems weeks since we've had a good old family dinner together, just the two of us. And I thought if you were free tonight, baby, why...
Sounds great, Dad. You've got yourself a date, mister. I'll rustle up something special out of the deep freeze. Swell. Bye now. Freddie!
Miss, I represent the Frederick L. Wilson Kiss Company, Incorporated.
Yes, young man.
You don't have to buy, mind you, but I would like you to try a free sample and see what you think of our product.
Well, why not?
Well, miss, now that you've had a free sample, would you like to order a few?
Back up the moving van. I'm buying the factory. Oh, Miss Odette.
Young man, if your company has a slightly older man in the neighborhood, I might take a little try myself.
What happened after I left last night, Margie? The usual argument about me?
Well, Father and I decided to sit down and discuss you quietly for a change.
That must have been a change. How did it turn out?
Oh, we were doing fine until the neighbors started complaining about the noise.
Who won?
Who knows? We never listened to each other's arguments. Shall we try the love seat?
Okay, but I warn you, if you try to kiss me, I'll yell for more.
Freddie, I have an idea.
Well, so did I, but you just pulled out of range.
Well, I'm serious. Dad and I are having dinner here alone tonight.
Oh, great idea. I'll disguise myself as a meatball and work on him from the inside.
What I mean is, suppose you were here, just the three of us. We could sit down and discuss this thing sensibly.
Uh-huh. Freddie has dinner with Margie's father, or how I was killed by a hot potato.
Well, it's worth a try anyway.
Margie, I like your dad. I admire him, but he just won't...
Oh, let's try.
You're a brave girl. Okay, we'll try it. Shall we say 7 o'clock? That'll give me time to arrange for hospitalization.
We've got to change Dad's attitude if we're ever going to have that house in the country. The green vines, the white fence, children, and, Freddie, marriage.
Let's not forget the marriage. You can't have a white fence without marriage.
You'd better get back to work.
Yeah, I have to meet Joe Whittam downtown. But before I go, just one question.
What?
How did you like the kiss?
Which one?
That one.
All right. Yeah. Oh, there you are. She's here. Came straight from the airport.
Oh, what are you doing? You don't have to do that. Who just left the airport?
Our biggest account, Helen Cheney. Why, you know her.
Know her? I'll say I know her. The answer is no. Positively no.
But all right, this is business. You don't want to lose our most profitable account, do you?
Listen, Mr. Honeywell, I took Miss Casanova out last year and got the contract. This year, let one of the other boys date her and get the renewal.
Yeah, but she likes older men. She likes you in particular.
You're older than I am. Why don't you date her? Oh, that's what I'd like to do to Helen Cheney.
Good man, all right. A little brutal, but I think she'd enjoy it.
All right. But this is the last time.
Ah, I see an office door. Vernon Albright, president.
You've been seeing that door for years. When am I going to see it?
Well, it'll take a little time. You'll have to advance slowly the way I did.
Your father died and left you the business. If Roberta Townsend ever finds out that
You went out with Miss Cheney?
Yes, if there's one person in the world that Roberta's insanely jealous of, it's Helen Cheney.
Hey, Miss Townsend's out of town, isn't she?
Yes, but she'll be back tomorrow. I'll have to work fast if I'm going to get that renewal tonight.
Splendid. Good understanding between us, all right. Good relationship. I'll bring Miss Cheney in. And remember, my boy, we're depending on you. So be on your best behavior.
Best behavior? I thought you wanted to get that renewal.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Your best, worst behavior.
Get my daughter on the phone. Hello. Oh, Margie. Listen, baby. I won't be home for dinner after all. What? Oh, now listen, honey. I don't like it any better than you do. Goodbye. I'll call you later.
Come in, Miss Cheney. All right's all in the Twitter.
Vern, darling, it's been so long.
Too long, Helen. Much too long. What lovely perfume.
Perfume? Darling, you don't have to flatter me.
Oh, I'm serious. It's a wonderful scent.
Flattery, darling. Sheer flattery.
Oh, I insist. What kind is it?
Airport washroom soap.
Probably smells so wonderful because it's on you.
I think a compliment as sweet as that deserves a kiss.
Don't mind me. I'll look the other way.
Don't be silly. Just because you aren't in the ball game doesn't mean you can't enjoy it from the bleachers.
I never thought of it that way before. Well, all right. Batter up.
Really, darling. First my hand, now my cheek.
Come on, boy. You know the place.
That one went right down to my toes.
You better keep me in your shoe forever.
What a darling sense of humor. But let's talk about tonight.
Well, I thought we'd go to Penguin Club for cocktails and then the Colony for dinner.
Oh, darling, I have a much more exciting idea than that.
Excellent. Anything you say, Miss Cheney. Right, all right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, then it's all settled. We'll begin tonight in the same place we ended up last year.
Oh, you mean that joint over at Harlem?
Oh, darling, don't tell me you've forgotten. Don't you remember, in your apartment? We arrived with the milkman, and you woke up that funny old lady across the hall from you to come over and chaperone us. Silly boy.
Oh, yes, that was quite an evening.
Pick me up at 7 at the plaza. A nice, quiet dinner at your place, just the two of us, and then we'll talk, huh?
Perfectly charming idea. Just you two, eh, all right?
Oh, delightful. No one to interrupt us, except, of course, my daughter.
Oh. Of course, as the evening wears on and the child becomes sleepy, she'll go off to bed.
Oh, leave everything to Albright. Everything will be perfect.
It's a date, darling. Until tonight, then.
I'll see you out, Miss Cheney. Ah, if I were only 10 years younger.
Don't you mean 30? Yeah. Don't be late.
Yes?
I'll get my daughter on the phone. Hello, Margie. It's me again. I'm dining home after all.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have a very special reason. What? Helen Cheney, who's she? Oh, that one. But, Dad...
I'm sorry, Margie, but it can't be helped. Now, listen carefully. See if you can borrow Miss Odette's maid. Service for two.
Where do I eat? In the kitchen?
Sure, I understand. I'm sorry. It's just that this spoils everything I had... Well, never mind.
One last favor, baby. Helen Cheney is all the headache I can take for one evening, so if Muttonhead calls...
Muttonhead? You wouldn't mean Freddie, would you?
That's what I said, Muttonhead. Don't let him in the apartment. Tell him he came down with a plague or something. The place is quarantined. Oh, don't argue, honey. This is an important deal. Just for tonight, be a nice, sweet baby and do what Papa says. Goodbye, baby.
Goodbye, Dad. Mr. Frederick Wilson, please. Could I leave a message for him? You don't expect him back in the office today? Well, do you know where he could be reached? It's terribly urgent. Oh, well, thanks just the same. Freddie, please let it be Freddie. Hello, Freddie?
Freddie? Look, Margie, he's all right for kids, but you're a big girl now. This is Bill Watson, to remind you of our date.
I don't remember any date.
Well, I do. I write down important things. And it's for tonight. Dinner.
Dinner tonight?
Yeah, at your place. I'll be seeing you, baby. Bye now.
Bill, are you there? Bill? Minnie, I've got a problem. What's Freddie going to say if he finds Bill here? And what's Dad going to say if he finds them both here? What am I going to do? But you've got your own problems with your first baby coming. It's wonderful of you to loan me Muriel for tonight.
Glad to help you, Margie. But tell me, how do you get yourself into these mix-ups?
I don't know. Today has been absolutely crazy.
Reminds me of the time I wound up with 2 dates for a dance.
What happened?
They flipped a coin. Loser had to take me.
Well, thanks again, and keep your fingers crossed for me.
I will.
Roberta!
Hello, Margie. Put the bag in my apartment, Charlie.
Yes, ma'am.
You aren't supposed to be back until tomorrow.
Oh, well, don't say anything to your father. Just put an extra potato in the oven, and I'll surprise him at dinner tonight.
Well, he isn't expecting you.
Well, I hope he isn't expecting anybody else.
Well,
He specifically said we'd have dinner together the first night I was back. See you later, Margie.
oh, this is going to be just jolly. Oh, Freddie, I'm glad you got here first.
What are you so jumpy about?
Freddie, I've got to tell you something.
Oh, excuse me, but do you want to laugh? Guess who I bumped into today? Bill Watson.
Bill Watson?
Yeah, and guess what he tried to feed me? He said he had a date with you for dinner tonight. I went right along with him, let him think I believed him.
You sure fooled him.
What were you going to tell me?
Well, it's about Dad. He's bringing a client home to dinner tonight, so I'm sorry, Freddie, but you can't stay.
Since when has Bill Watson been a client of your father's?
Oh, Freddie, don't be silly.
I think I'll stick around and find out how silly I'm being. And if Bill Watson does show up, I'm walking out on the 4 of you. You, him, and his 2 black eyes.
But...
Hi, sugar.
What's the matter?
Just when did I make a date with you for tonight?
2 Sundays ago in the speedboat.
The speedboat? The motor was making so much noise I couldn't hear a word you were saying.
Oh, now don't give me that. You certainly heard Frank Weber yelling for help when he fell overboard.
I didn't hear him. I just saw that shark spin and knew we hadn't thrown any food overboard.
Well, what's the difference, honey? I'm here and I'm starving. Now, there ought to be something on television. I'll wait in the den.
Oh, no, not the den, the balcony. Get some fresh air.
But, Margie, there's a wind blowing up.
Oh, please, Bill, the balcony. A little wind won't hurt you.
But I don't... Oh, I get it. More romantic out there, huh?
Oh, Bill, you know me like a book. Now, go on. I've got to see about dinner.
Well, how about a little dessert to start with?
I'll be with you in a minute. Hi, Dad.
Margie, this is Miss Cheney. Helen, this is my daughter, Margie.
How do you do?
Vern, darling, why didn't you tell me you had a grown-up daughter? Afraid of giving your age away?
Oh, no, not at all. She's 21.
He's 22. He married very young. Dad, may I speak to you a minute?
The maid will take your coat. I'll be with you in just a second. Well, what's bothering you, baby?
Trouble.
Trouble? Well, Muriel is here helping you. I can smell dinner cooking.
That's not all that's cooking. Freddie's in there.
I thought I told you to keep that knucklehead.
Oh, Dad, it's all very complicated.
Okay, just keep him out of my sight and we won't have any trouble tonight.
Well, I wasn't worried about you, but suppose Freddie finds out about Bill.
Bill? Who's Bill?
You've never met him. Freddie hates him. He's out on the balcony.
I thought you said he was in the den.
Well, that's Freddie. Bill's the one on the balcony. How am I going to keep them apart?
How can anybody get into such a ridiculous situation? 2 dates in one night.
Hilarious, isn't it? But you'd better save some of that laughter for when Roberta drops in on you tonight.
Well, Roberta's out of town.
That's right. She's out of the town she was in, and she's back in the town you thought she was out, which isn't very good English, but she's coming to dinner tonight, just the same.
What are you saying? Oh, I heard you the first time. Margie, you've got to help me.
Look, Dad, I've enough trouble handling my own romantic problems.
Oh, if Roberta ever gets a load of Helen Cheney.
Now you understand my problem.
You help me and I'll help you.
Look, Dad, if we're going to survive this evening, we've got to help each other.
Well, how are we going to work it?
Well, there's only one way. Freddie in the den, Bill on the balcony, and Miss Cheney in the dining room.
Well, what are we going to do with Roberta?
We'll put a table up in the living room for her. Now, wait, we're going to need some signals. I know. Miss Odette's can take care of that.
First I ring the phone, then I ring the doorbell. Then I ring the phone, then I ring the doorbell.
To be computed on gross rather than net sales. Now, that's our new paragraph C. What do you think?
Simply fascinating, the way it goes up and down, up and down.
Our paragraph C?
No, darling, your lovely mustache.
Oh.
Hey, our hero's getting in quite a jam.
There's a story point coming up. I don't want to miss it.
All right, you hombres, reach.
Then I ring the phone, then... My goodness, I've memorized it already. Oh, it's time to start. Yes.
That's the phone. I'll be right back.
Well, we're off. Excuse me, the phone. Howdy.
Where have you been? Your dinner's getting cold.
Impossible. How could anything be cold with you in the room?
Well, if you do that every time you come back to the table, you may leave as often as you please.
Well, any time now.
What'd you say?
I said, isn't it romantic out here?
Yeah, windy, too. Pass the bread, will you?
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Where are you going?
I have to answer the door.
I didn't hear the bell ring.
It's ringing.
Zippity.
Doodah.
Fern, darling, you've been neglecting me. What took you so long?
Helen, believe me, you've been on my mind ever since I've been gone. Now, let me see. Where were we? Paragraph D.
That's the third load she's taken through here.
Oh, yes, that's Margie's boyfriend. Eats like a horse.
All right, you hombres, reach.
Romantic, she said.
There's the phone again.
Sound like the doorbell to me.
Oh, no, it couldn't be.
No sense standing there. They won't answer. Go on in.
Huh?
Hurry up.
Bill, what are you doing?
Well, I was trying to keep my food warm. My coat blew away.
Oh, that's a shame. Hey, you better catch that awning before it goes.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? There's nobody there.
Mr. Honeywell, what are you doing here? Things are complicated enough with
A contract. I just wanted to know if your father...
It's all right. Everything's going to be all right. But please, just stay out of our way. We're working on a tight schedule.
How?
How what?
How come the blanket?
There's a draft for the phone.
All right, you hombres, reach.
Now, this is a very, very important point. Where till I find paragraph D? What did you blow the candle out for?
It's more cozy.
Oh, just like last year.
Just like last year.
Well, this year I'm prepared. Now, getting back to paragraph D, where the renewal differs from the original contract. Now, let's see, where were we? Paragraph E in the fine print.
Paragraph 5.
Oh, sorry, contracts, you know, always on my mind.
Vern, that's the flashlight.
Oh, so it is. Now, why should the girl leave a flashlight on the table? Weird, isn't it?
Now, I'll tell you something else that's weird tonight.
What's that?
I've gotten to a point where, on your feet, I can time them now. Get on your mark, get set, go.
Oh, be right back. How you doing?
I've eaten 2 dinners and walked off sick.
I'll have the contract signed in 2 more trips.
That sounds like Miss Odette.
You let go of Honeywell.
Miss Odette, what's wrong? This old goat was trying to kiss me.
I what? This woman is crazy. She's out in the hall ringing. How do you do, Miss Townsend? Ringing your doorbell out there. Well, Miss Cheney.
Hello, everybody.
Helen Cheney, what is she doing here? I was invited. How'd you sneak in?
So, he was here all the time. What were you two doing, playing wigwam?
You shut up.
Here's your contract. Have Miss Townsend sign it. Least I can write. No doubt. You've got a figure like a ballpoint pen.
Yeah. Well, all right, you've done it this time. You'll never see our pension plan.
I'll teach you to
Bill,
chisel in on me.
Bill, Freddie.
See you around
Freddie,
here.
Bill.
Is your head in?
Then you forgive me completely?
Uh-huh.
Stop circling the block and get on the parking lot.
Well, I guess I'm as good as fired. Mr. Honeywell and Helen didn't seem to think my explanation very entertaining.
Why didn't you tell me about it, dear? I would have understood. After all, it was only a business date. Did you kiss her?
Yes, but my heart wasn't in it.
When you kiss me, is your heart in it?
Heart, soul, gizzard, liver, and the whole works.
Isn't the television program swell?
Yeah, wonderful. All right, you hombres.
Oh, I better see who it is. Oh, let it be anybody but old Honeywell. Oh, Mr. Honeywell.
All right. I thought you'd be pleased to know that Miss Cheney approved the renewal. Seems the old boy has a lot more left in him than I gave myself credit for.